March is Nutrition Month, and nutritionists across the country are hoping to take the fight out of food. Registered nutritionist Andrea Holwegner is here to talk food and stress because it's a huge problem. A lot of people eat when they get stressed, and it's not always grabbing healthy food.
You bet. Of course, our choices are all over the place.
Yeah.
Yes.
So let's get into some of the stress and how it influences people in their eating habits.
You bet. So short-term stress actually decreases our appetite. It's the chronic persistent stress that has more of a role on our appetite. So there's 3 hormones involved when we have chronic stress, all of which increase our appetite. So it's cortisol levels, our stress hormone, increases sort of how much we eat. Ghrelin, which is an appetite stimulant hormone, is involved, and our insulin levels, our blood sugar regulation hormones, are all working against us when we get stressed in terms of triggering overeating.
And important for people to know, because it's not just maybe your willpower that's lacking. There's
There's
science
like
going on that's leading to it, right? Okay,
here.
so let's get into some tips about how we can deal with this and make sure that we face it the right way. And we're going to start with identifying 3 types of hunger.
So my colleagues developed the Craving Change program. One of the things I love about the program is it really gets people honing in on the type of hunger, because of course different types of hunger have different needs.
Right.
So stomach hunger is that true necessity or physiology or medical reason we need to eat. So this is like stomach grumbles, true need to actually fuel ourselves every 3 to 5 hours throughout the day.
Right.
Mouth hunger, on the other hand, is sort of like cravings and habits, and I just sort of feel like something salty.
Well, you mentioned
like
you smell
sweet.
popcorn. Everyone knows
Totally.
that feeling, right? You smell the popcorn and you want to eat that, right?
There are those sort of those sensory-based triggers to eat.
Right.
Also a very different sort of way we look at food. So portion size management is so key, for example, when we're talking about mouth hunger. It's like what small level will actually satisfy that need? So putting things in bowls, really important when we're addressing mouth hunger.
For sure.
Heart hunger is our emotional hunger. So those, again, that isn't even a food need, but of course we love to stuff emotion that's uncomfortable with food. And so trickier to navigate on that one, but certainly also important.
You've got some tips for us in terms of what we can do at home to deal with all of these. And let's start with what you see first.
You bet. So yeah, we talked about the seafood diet. So cleaning up the environment when we're talking about stress eating is so key, because we eat with our eyes more than with our stomach often, right?
Yeah.
So one of the things I love people to think about is don't just peel 1 carrot or put, a few veggies in your lunch. Do a whole bowl. Ideally, put this at the front of your fridge. Ideally where you can see it, because we see what we eat. Same thing if you walk into my home, you're going to see a beautiful fruit bowl as the first thing you're going to see on my island to entice, to nudge nutrition into the home, right? So seeing what we're eating, also very, very key there.
And the prep, making sure that it's healthy food that's ready to grab when we get these hankerings, right?
You bet. So hangriness is never good. Our decision making goes out the window. So what we're after to really help that stomach hunger or fueling our good amounts of nourishment throughout the day is getting some carbs and protein and marrying them together. So I brought a couple of examples around what would that look like from a healthy snacking perspective. And again, the more prep you do, the better. So if we're talking about a work snack, you might bring this entire container of veggies, a whole box of crackers, and a thing of cream cheese, so you can assemble just a very quick sort of healthy, grainy kind of cracker. You might boil up a whole bunch of hard-cooked eggs, grab a bunch of muffins, whether you buy them or I pulled these out of my freezer, so that snack is sort of just taken care of for the week.
Right, because if you don't have that healthy thing to grab, you will probably grab the wrong thing. We're just about out of time.
You bet.
But this is an important thing to touch on, because sometimes, even if it's a good food, if it's nuts or something healthy, too much is not always a good thing.
So portion sizes are always key. So one of the things I like people to do, instead of bringing the whole bag of nuts to the the couch and mindlessly munching on them, either put them in a little bowl, or even better, when you get them, portion them out so that when you grab that bag, you just pull out 1 bag at a time.
It's
it
great
helps to
advice.
manage portions.
Or you will eat the whole thing while you're watching a movie or whatever it is. Great advice as always, Andrea Holwegner. And for more information, head to healthstandnutrition.com.